Be just fine. No need to worry about those. Tomorrow, a cold start early on, bright sunshine to enjoy. Temperatures will eventually rebound into the middle to upper 40s to just around 50 degrees, but wind chills during the morning hours will only feel like the teens. Talking about the upcoming weekend in just a few minutes, even colder temperatures on the way. Leon?
Oh, boy. Great stuff. Thank you, Steve. Temperatures below freezing. Not exactly unheard of here in our area in April, but safe to say a lot of us aren't prepared and not very happy about this. Jay Corf is standing by live in Northwest Washington. Jay, you've been talking to folks out there. What do they have to say about this?
Leon, indeed, just a few hours ago on this very volleyball court, there were people playing in shorts and T-shirts. Now, with this wind whipping, we've got to have coat, hats, and gloves on.
It's been a day of weather extremes.
Didn't expect it to be quite so windy.
It hit the 70s in the D.C. region. Then whipping winds and rain moved in, making travel trying.
We're from Georgia. We're not used to cold weather in April.
The Jones family only had thin ponchos for protection.
So how's the 98-cent poncho working out for you?
Not so well at the minute, actually.
Sandbags were even employed to keep fencing near the Washington Monument intact.
I'm happy for the ponchos that they give out because I wasn't prepared for the wind and the rain.
After the rain stopped, we retreated to a colorful horizon.
Oh, I got it. You got it.
As long as the fields aren't flooded, then we're going to be out here.
The volleyball league matches went on as planned.
No shoes.
But by the time these servers, setters, and spikers go to work Tuesday morning, they could face a 50-degree temperature swing.
There we go.
It is crazy weather. It's a little absurd.
It could plunge into the low 20s after factoring in the wind chill.
It's crazy. It's going to be cold again tomorrow. It's just nuts.
And you're definitely going to want to heed Steve Rudin's warning on that freeze warning, as it's in effect until 10 a.m. on Tuesday throughout this area. Reporting live in the district, Jay Corp, ABC 7.
All right, bundle up, Jay. Now you can get up-to-the-minute information, folks, about the changing weather situation by downloading ABC 7's Stormwatch weather app. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and at WJLA.com. Moving on now to some breaking news coming in from the IRS tonight. The headquarters building where a fire started in the basement today is going to be closed on Tuesday. The building on Constitution Avenue was evacuated today. The IRS says that employees who can telework should plan to do that remotely. It's going to be a business as usual, though, at other IRS offices in our area. Happening in Montgomery County now, police are looking for the people who broke into someone's car, stole their identity, and then used it to buy more than $17,000 in merchandise. Take a good look at these pictures here. Police tell us that these people broke into a car at the end of January on Brookway Drive in Bethesda. Inside the car they broke into was enough personal information to open up at least 3 credit card accounts. So if you recognize anyone in these pictures, Montgomery County Police want to talk with you immediately. An emotional gathering in Leesburg tonight as family and friends came together to remember Christina Fisher. She was killed over the weekend, and the person accused of pulling the trigger in the case is the same man that Fisher won a protective order against just days before. Roz Plater, live in Leesburg, to tell us more about this story tonight. Roz?
Leon, that man is being held here without bond tonight at the Loudoun County Adult Detention Center. Meanwhile, just 2 miles away, there is a community tonight grieving for the victim of that senseless tragedy. Their hearts clearly breaking, friends, family, and neighbors came together to mourn the loss of Christina Fisher, a 34-year-old mother of 3, gunned down in what police say was a domestic violence murder.
Keep asking why, and you never really understand why, but, she was a beautiful person inside and out.
Police have charged Derek Lee Lewis with killing Fisher. Investigators say Lewis came to her Leesburg home Saturday night. He argued with her, then shot her multiple times. Family members tell us Lewis was a former boyfriend and the father of 2 of her children. They had a rocky relationship for years, and Fisher had just taken out a new protective order.
So then I spoke to her a couple weeks ago, and she told me she got the protective order, and I'm like, well, you can come here. And then to hear this happen is just heartbreaking. So
during this emotional vigil, her friends and family members took the opportunity to send a message warning others who may be in abusive relationships to get out and ask for help.
Call somebody, reach out to somebody. We all have our troubles in life. We all are going through something in our personal lives.
If you need help, you guys have got to say something because they do turn crazy. Period. You are like their possession, and you have to get help.
Now, Lewis faces multiple charges. His next court date is in May. We're live in Leesburg tonight. I'm Roz Plater, ABC 7 News.
Thank you, Roz. Tonight, Amtrak services back to normal in the Northeast Corridor after a derailment that killed 2 people over the weekend. 2 rail workers were killed, dozens of passengers injured when a train hit a piece of machinery. It was on the tracks outside of Philadelphia. So far, the NTSB is not exactly saying who's to blame or what went wrong, and witness accounts are terrifying.
At this time, no anomalies have been found.
There was a fireball. It's kind of a frightening few seconds. We didn't know what to do.
In a news conference tonight, the NTSB says that the train's maintenance records didn't show anything out of the ordinary. And at the time of the crash, the train was going 106 miles an hour. And that may sound like a lot, but it's actually under the limit. The track speed for that section limited to 110 miles an hour. And in Tennessee tonight, the FAA is investigating a helicopter crash that killed 5 people. The group was on a sightseeing helicopter tour outside of Pigeon Forge in eastern Tennessee about 3:30 this afternoon. The FAA says it's going to release some flight registration information after local authorities identify those who were killed. Thousands of police officers from Virginia and beyond will be attending tomorrow's funeral for State Trooper Chad Durmeyer. That service begins at 11 o'clock in Hampton, Virginia. Today, family and friends came together. They left flowers on Durmeyer's patrol car as they walked into a visitation. Durmeyer was shot last Thursday at a bus station in Richmond. He was there taking part in a training exercise at the time. And in Prince William County, dozens came out to donate blood in honor of 3 officers shot in the line of duty. Officer Ashley Gwendon was killed in that shooting at the end of February. Innova Blood Services helped coordinate this event tonight. The goal was to collect some 100 units of blood. The organizers tell us that they believe that they reached their goal. When D.C. voters go to the polls in November, they'll decide